And no, you're not going to damage baby grass by walking on it. The only time you would do damage to it is if the ground that the baby grass is growing in is really wet. It's been about 3 days since I was able to get here and water this, so the ground is firmed back up and it's absolutely no problem whatsoever walking on it. The reason one is germinated and one is not germinated is I planted that a week earlier. This right here needs some water, so I want to show you what I got and what I'm using. Folks that have farms, folks that own lawn care companies and maybe do installations and things like that, and you have to water in your plantings the first time or something like that. Any type of lawn care company that would use a lot of water. Horse farms, this thing is absolutely phenomenal for horse farms. Of course, I bought it for my baseball field renovation work, and just as a side benefit of that is I can use it wherever I want to use it. So let me show you my trailer. So this is my ABI water trailer. I did get the DOT version so I can haul it up and down the road legally. Of course, they make versions that are for farm use only, where you don't have to put tags on them. You can just drive it around the farm and use it. Big old Honda engine with a 2-inch pacer pump on it. Here's a bunch of different configurations of valves. You got your suction. You've got a second suction right here where you could quick disconnect and fill up off of pond water. Here's like an agitation style that redirects the water back into the tank. And then of course here's an outlet, and I've got this running over to my sprinkler. Now this valve right here is really cool. It comes with a pretty long strand of rope. I love that red, white, and blue rope. That's so cool right there. But when you have the pump on and pressurized from the seat of your tractor, seat of your truck, seat of whatever you're in, you would have this rope right here, and it would go up to you in the driver's seat, and you simply pull it. And when you pull it, it opens this valve up, and your water comes out of these humongous flood nozzles. Look at the size of that thing. You got individual valves on the ends, so you could run all 3 of them. Or if you just want to run the middle one, you can come right here and cut those 2 outside off. When I'm doing infield work, especially in the summertime, it just gets crazy dusty, and I done got to where I can't take it. So I'm going to have this trailer on site, and I'll use these 3 flood nozzles to hose down the infield to knock the dust down. Of course, that will work great for horse farms. If you want to keep the dust knocked down on your riding rink, this is absolutely perfect to do that with. So that's why I bought the ABI trailer, was to use in my business, but just as a side perk, I get to use it right here and water this. So I've got an 1.25 inch hose. You can see I've got all quick disconnects right there. And it comes over here to my big sprinkler. This is the 1250, I believe is the model number. BigSprinkler.com has them. But you can't run that off of a typical garden hose. It's just not going to work. Most garden hose and most wells, city water and county water, public water, they're just not going to have the oomph that is required to make this thing work. You got to remember that's an 1.25 inch pipe that connects to an 1.25 inch hose, and most garden hose are what, 5/8, 3/4. But what I do have is the baby brothers to this, and I'll link those up in the description below. There are 3 of them. They're little sleds, and they don't take up nowhere near as much room as this one does. And they're absolutely ideal for the homeowner that wants a super high quality sprinkler built to last a lifetime. So let's fire this bad boy up and watch it run. So of course you got to have something to pull from, so I'm going to open my suction. I'm going to go ahead and open my return, fire the pump up, get it running, and then I'll gradually close the return down, and what that'll do is pressurize my sprinkler over here and get it going. Choke it. It's raining now. You can see that is a tremendous amount of water coming out of that thing at one time. It's throwing roughly 75 foot one way, so that'll give you about 150 foot radius. Now what I'm going to do is cut it off because I'm going to water this a little bit different way today. And you can see right here it's got this really nice bull horn looking rack that you can hang your hoses in. You just take a bungee and bungee it up. I think I'm going to mount me a hose reel right there some way. That way if I need a longer length of hose, I'll have it on hand. So I can reach a little bit further with this one. And I want to focus more water on these big dirt areas than I do on the outskirts. And I'm limited to 500 gallons with this. So I want to make sure I'm using this water wisely. See how I can fan this thing and really saturate an area really quickly. So that's why I'm using this versus the big sprinkler today. Empty. So there's the update on my test plots back here, and I'll link up those homeowner style big sprinklers, and I'll put a link to the water trailer in case any of you folks with farms and lawn care companies or anything like that want to check it out. So as always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch. I'll check you later.